Shalom, more praise to Yahweh Shemel Shah, double line to Pastor GMS. This is I'm Nawa Allah coming at the video. Now in this video, I want to go into Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18 on down, and I want to give like a account in the history that goes right with the scripture. A few accounts, but it's one account in particular. So let's go. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. Pride go before destruction, and the haughty spirit before a fall, which haughtiness means pride. So before you fall, before you destroy, haughtiness and pride come first. And it leads into that. Showing you that pride and haughtiness, which are both interchangeable, can have a tendency to lead to destruction and to a person's fall. Okay? Because when a person is engulfed in pride, look at the word pride. Look at this crap. That's it right there. This is what does the Bible mean in the pride? AI overview. In the Bible, pride is defined as an arrogant, self-worshipping attitude that elevates self above God and others, ultimately leading to destruction. It is considered the root of all sin, acting as a direct defiance of the Most High by taking credit for his accomplishments. God, or the Most High, opposes Yahweh Shah, instantly opposes and hates pride, often describing it as haughty eyes. In the scriptures, tell you rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. A person that's rebellious is a person that's prideful. And witchcraft is what? A sin that's worthy unto death. You know? And pride is also one of the 6 things the Lord hates. Tell you that in Proverbs the 6th chapter. Let me get that real fast. Proverbs 6 and 16. These 6 things doth the Lord, doth Yahweh Shemel Shah hate. I'm going to go read the first verse though. Verse 16 and 17. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that sit into innocent blood. There you go. And a proud look, it's not just necessarily talking about your face. A proud look, a proud mind, a proud mentality. So the point we really want the verse was get into was verse 18. Proverbs 16 and 18. So I'm not gonna continue there. Even though it's still good, but I'm gonna go to next verse. This is the first account I want to get. Exodus 5 and 1. And afterward Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, Thus saith Yahweh Shemel Shah, the power of Israel, Let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. And Pharaoh said, Who is Yahweh Shemel Shah, that I shall obey his voice to let Israel go? I know not Yahweh Shemel Shah, neither will I let Israel go. So Pharaoh was so proud, he said, Who is this God you're speaking of? Who is this Yahweh that's supposed to be the God of Israel? Saying, Let my people go. He said, I don't know this Lord, neither will I let Israel go. So he disregarded it. So he was so engulfed in pride that he downplayed the Most High. Right? Let's get another scripture, another account. Now this is 2 Chronicles 26 and 1. Then all the people of Judah took Uzziah, who was 16 years old, and made him king in the room of his father Amaziah. He built a loft and restored it in Judah. After that the king slept with his fathers. 16 years old was Uzziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 52 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was also Jecoliah of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of Yahweh Shemel Shah, according to all that his father Amaziah did. So guess what? Uzziah was on the right path. He did what was right in the eyes of the Lord. It's a great thing, right? Of course. And he sought the Most High in the days of Zechariah, who had understanding in the visions of the Most High. And as long as he sought Yahweh Shemel Shah, the Most High made him prosper. So he sought the prophets, you know. He sought the prophet Zechariah, who had understanding of the visions of the Most High. And as long as he sought the Most High, he continued to prosper. The Most High made him prosper. Okay? Made him succeed. And he went forth and warred against the Philistines, and brake down the wall of Goth, and the wall of Jabneh, and the wall of Ashdod, and built cities about Ashdod and among the Philistines. And the Most High helped him against the Philistines and against the Arabians that dwelt in Gerbaal, and the Mehunims. And the Ammonites gave gifts to Uzziah, and his name spread abroad even to the entering of Egypt, for he strengthened himself exceedingly. So he had other nations being tribute unto him, giving him gifts, and his name spread abroad exceedingly. He strengthened himself exceedingly, so his name spread abroad from the land of Judah all the way to Egypt. Now I just went and typed in how far is the land of Judah from Egypt. It says the land of Judah is directly adjacent to the Sinai Peninsula, which shares a border with Egypt, making them immediate neighbors. Here are the specific distances depending on the starting points. It says the distance between the Egyptian border and the southern edge of the ancient land of Judah was in some areas less than 100 miles. And it says city to city. The distance from the eastern Nile Delta, Goshen region near modern Cairo, to the core region of Judah, Jerusalem, is roughly 250 to 400 miles, which is estimated to be about an 11-day walk or up to 2 weeks without modern roads. In the biblical context, that's 40 years, which we know there was continually just going around in the wilderness for 40 years until that wicked generation died off. It don't mean it actually takes 40 years to get from one place to another, to get from Egypt to the land of Judah. So let's go back. So he strengthened himself greatly, and his name was known far and wide. Alright, it says, into the entering of Egypt, which is the border. So it's basically about 100 miles, as we just read seconds ago. Moreover, Uzziah built towers in Jerusalem at the corner gate and at the valley gate and at the turning of the wall, and fortified them. Also he built towers in the desert and digged many wells, for he had much cattle both in the low country and in the plains, husbandmen also, and vine dressers in the mountains and in Carmel, for he loved husbandry. So he had people that was vine dressers that was taking care of his, crops that he had, flowers and different bushes and trees and various plants. He dug wells because he had a lot of cattle. He built towers. He had husbandmen, people tending to his field. You know what I'm saying? And vine dressers in the mountains and the Carmel because he loved husbandry. Moreover, Uzziah had an host of fighting men. Look at the word husbandry. If you already know what that means. Plowman, husbandman, farmer, working the land, yet not owning any of it. So they worked on the land, which we already know what that means, of course. Just for those who don't know into that. Moreover, Uzziah had an host of fighting men that went out to war by bands, according to the number of their account by the hand of Jael, the scribe, and Manasseh the ruler, under the hand of Hananiah, one of the king's captains. The whole number of the chief of the fathers of the mighty men of valor were 2,600. And their hand was an army, 300. Let's see. Okay, really more. 300,000 and 7,500 that made war with mighty power to help the king against the enemy. And Uzziah prepared for them throughout all the host shields and spears and helmets and habergeons and bows and slings to cast stones. And he made in Jerusalem engines, meaning engines of war, invented by cunning men, to be on the towers and upon the bulwarks, to shoot arrows and great stones withal. And his name spread far abroad, for he was marvelously helped till he was strong. He had a vast army, right? But guess what? It says pride is right here, his undoing. Verse 16. But when he was strong, his heart was lifted up to his destruction, for he transgressed against Yahweh Shemashah, and went into the temple of the Lord to burn incense upon the altar of incense. So he went off, and Azariah the priest went in after him, and with him fourscore priests of the Lord that were valiant men. And when they withstood Uzziah the king, and said unto him, It appertaineth not unto thee, Uzziah, to burn incense unto the Lord, but to the priests, the sons of Aaron, that are consecrated to burn incense. Go out of the sanctuary, for thou hast trespassed, neither shall it be for thine honor from the Lord power.